Brett Crowther with Charles Schwab with you, and I want to take just a moment to talk to you about a technical indicator that can be explosive. We're looking to identify explosive movements. All right, and what this is the TTM Squeeze. And we can put this on our thinkorswim charts by coming up to the beaker, typing in the TTM, and right there's a TTM Squeeze. We could add that to our charts and hit OK, and we'd be good to go. I already have it on there. But let me explain what this is. Basically, here it is, the TTM Squeeze down here, and you can see the histogram, which is saying, you know, it's above the zero line and down below the zero line. But really, it's what the zero line is what we want to focus on. And you can see all these green dots. That's the zero line. And what does that mean? That means that when the dots are green, that the Bollinger Band, if we were to apply a Bollinger Band to the graph, would be inside a Keltner channel if we had that on the graph. All right, and these are basically two indicators that talk about volatility or look at volatility. And so, typically speaking, the Bollinger Band tends to be a little more volatile because it's based on a standard deviation versus the Keltner channel, which is based on an average true range. And so, it's fairly unusual for it to come inside. And so, when it comes inside the Keltner channel, that tends to be a consolidation spot. And so the way this would be looked at is, if you see the green, 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 well, here it turns to red. And when it's red, then you have the Bollinger Band inside the Keltner channel. And when that pops back to green, which is right there, boom, a green dot, well, that would be looking for a potential breakout, right? And on the graph, we can see up here, it is having a breakout. You can see where it broke down. You can look at the distance of the channel, possibly a target running the distance of that channel with a stop maybe back up inside here. Now let me show you something here on this one. It did make it to the target on that channel, but depending on where the stop loss may have been, it could have stopped one out, so it could have been a failed trade. But let me show you another one. And then I'm going to put a link in here to a class that Cameron May does that really goes into a lot more depth on this, because I only have 3 minutes to talk to you about this, and so we got to really hustle. But right here is another situation where we have a setup. You can see all the green dots, and it goes into at least 5 red ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even more, 6, 7, 8. Where is the breakout one, or the green one? Right there is a green one, so that coincides with this one. You can see where it kind of broke outside of this consolidation range that I've drawn in there. Once again, a potential target could be the distance of the channel itself. You know, it's pretty standard technical analysis, right? When you get a consolidation breakout, and that could be a target with a stop, you know, down below a support level somewhere, you know, an ATR, 3%, 1%, you know, whatever one might look to do. And you can see it's potentially running up to that target. And so there are different ways to look at this. Again, I'm going to put that link in there. Watch the webcast that Cameron May does. He does a terrific job really going through it. And you know, see what you can do to identify some of those possible breakout plays. All right, thanks for joining me today. Catch you next time.